Myself, Dr. P.K. Verma, all the students of biology, and my dear teacher friends, you all are welcome in this biology class. In this session, I am beginning with the Unit 6 of CBSE syllabus of class 12. It is reproduction. This unit comprises 14 marks and there are 4 chapters in this unit. In the first chapter, all types of asexual and sexual reproductions are discussed in the plants and animal kingdom. In second chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In the third chapter, human reproduction, and in the fourth chapter, human reproductive health has been discussed. So let us begin with reproduction in organisms, that is chapter first, and I will now discuss asexual reproduction in lower organisms including the plants as well as animals. Now at first let us define what is reproduction. Reproduction is a process of producing organisms of own kind, that is same species. Now there are a number of methods, particularly in the plant kingdom, to reproduce their offspring, but all these methods have been categorized into 2 forms. The first one is asexual reproduction and the second is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction does not involve formation of gametes and fertilization. So it is always monoparental, that is only one parent is needed for asexual reproduction. It is simplified method and various parts of the plant, the roots, stems or sometimes leaves are involved, and it is very important for survival of those species in which the seeds are not fertile. Many of the plants, even the higher plants such as lychee, guava, lemon, etc., are grown asexually by their cuttings, layering or grafting technology. Now come to the beginning. In prokaryotes and most of the protista, that is unicellular eukaryotes, asexual reproduction occurs by binary fission, multiple fission, spore formation and regeneration. First of all, come to the binary fission. It is a simple method of cell division and it was evolved earlier to the evolution of mitosis. They have analogy, but these are 2 different methods of cell division. In binary fission, the chromosomes are amorphous, just in the form of clump of chromatin materials. These are uncountable and mostly in many sets or polyploid, but in case of mitosis, the chromosomes are formed. They have definite number of chromosomes, spindle fibers are formed, and by a complex method of disjunction, the chromatids move to two different poles. So binary fission is more simple than mitosis. Now take the first example of amoeba. A mature amoeba before division normally becomes round or almost round. The division can occur from any side, from any plane, so it is called radial binary fission. The cell along with nucleus start constriction. Here the constriction occurs from the middle of the cell, and the nucleus also divides into two almost equal halves, and two daughter amoebae are formed. They have almost equal amount of chromatin. Most of the flagellates are elongated structures with bilateral symmetry, so the division plane is along the length, that is longitudinal division. In Euglena, Chlamydomonas, Trypanosoma, Leishmania, etc., such longitudinal binary fission occurs. In the ciliate Paramecium, there are two nuclei. One is micronucleus and another is meganucleus or macronucleus. Their arrangement is such that it can divide into two equal halves only when the division plane is transverse. So it is transverse binary fission. It is all interesting to note that Paramecium has two contractile vacuoles, one at anterior and another at posterior position. When the two daughter cells are formed, only one contractile vacuole of mother passes to one cell, and another is regenerated. This pink color or purple colored structures are two newly formed contractile vacuoles. Generally, at the time of division, the oral groups disappear and they reappear in the daughter parts. Now, many of the unicellular organisms, multiple fission occurs in the unfavorable condition when the pond starts drying. Nuclear membrane of amoeba breaks and the chromatins are scattered in cytoplasm. Along with a small amount of cytoplasm, each nucleus forms a spore and secretes a protective cyst wall around it. The cyst wall may be 2 or 3 layers. So in amoeba, multiple fission occurs in unfavorable condition. But in Plasmodium, that is malaria parasite, multiple fission occurs in favorable condition. Malaria parasite lives in our liver and RBC. Its multiple fission is called schizogony when takes place in human body. In liver, schizogony takes place in 8 days and 500 to 1000 cryptomerozoites are formed. But in RBC, because of a small volume of RBC, only 50 to 60 erythrocytic merozoites are formed. The fungi also form spores by multiple fission or serial division in the favorable condition. In the bread mold and black mold, Rhizopus and Mucor, sporangium is formed and division is by multiple fission. But in Penicillium and Aspergillus, basidial division takes place and a chain of spores is formed. In the third class, Basidiomycetes, there are many types of spores. Some are sexual and some are asexual. In life cycle of Puccinia graminis, there are as many as 5 spores and 3 of them are asexual spores. Now look at some photographs. This is the photograph of the bread mold Rhizopus. It has root-like structures that penetrate into the food medium, but these roots are absent in mucor. The mycelium can break from anywhere without loss of life. It grows a number of vertical branches named as sporangiophore that bears a large round sporangium. Inside these sporangia, multiple fission occurs and more than 500 spores are formed. This is the photograph of the mycelia of mucor. These black round structures are sporangia and the filamentous structures are the fungal filaments or the mycelia. In the second photograph, only one sporangium is shown. You can see a number of round spores growing inside the sporangia. When the sporangium breaks, these spores are liberated in air spread by wind. On the bread, Penicillium and Rhizopus Aspergillus also grow. This photograph is that of Penicillium. You can see several branches and each branch bear a chain of spores. These spores have basidial division, that is from base upward. The lower spores are newly made, whereas the upper spores are older and mature. So, after maturation, the spores called conidiospores are released one after another in air. Now in the water, particularly in the ponds and lakes, you can see many filamentous algae. Their cells are arranged linearly in a chain. And whenever the filament breaks, each fragment grows independently and forms a complete filament, a long filament. In this diagram, Spirogyra has been shown. You can see the spiral chloroplast in them. These 3 fragments can grow to form complete filament of the Spirogyra. In dry seasons, When water dehydrates, ponds become dry. Some of the healthy cells of the filament can form spores. In the photograph, the filament of Oedogonium has been shown, and there are 4 large round structures. These are spores. When the covering wall of spores are thin, these are called aplanospores, and when the walls are thick, these are called hypnospores. Now in many plants there are vegetative propagation, that is, they propagate without a special modification. In this photograph, a complex thallus of Rixia has been shown. You can see that in Rixia, the main body divides into 2 parts, and each part again divides into 2. Any place the same picture is there. So a round structure like beautiful green flowers, the thallus of Rixia are seen. Such division in which it divides at first into 2 and each divides again into 2, it is called dichotomous development or propagation of the thallus. It is another bryophyta, the Markensia, in which cup-like structures known as gymma cup develop. Inside each cup, a gymma or asexual spore is developed. In Pteridophyta there is alternation of generation, that is, one generation is asexual, another is sexual. Which one is asexual? The sporophyte or diploid plant reproduces asexually by formation of spores, so it is a sporophyte. And from these spores, the prothallus or haploid body grows on which the gametes are formed. In fern, sori are formed, whereas in water fern, Marsilia, a sporocarp is formed. The thallus of fern is bisexual or homothallic, but in Marsilia it is unisexual. Microspores form the female gametophyte and the megaspores form the male gametophyte. In this photograph you can see 3 different species with different arrangement of sori on them. These black or brown button-like structures are sori. They protect a number of sporangia inside which spores are formed by meiosis. In this photograph, a vertical section of sori is seen. These are the sporangia inside the covering of the leaf surface, and spores are formed by meiosis. When the plant dries up, the leaves dry up, the sporangia break, and spores are liberated in air. This is the photograph of Marsilia quadrifolia and Marsilia crenata. They propagate vegetatively. They have branches growing in water or on the moist ground, and any piece of the branch act independently. Marsilia grows the sporocarp. One sporocarp produces microspores and another megaspores. Now among higher plants, grasses have runners, whereas water hyacinth has offset. They have many roots at their nodes. So every node behave as one special plant, one separate plant. Money plant is an ornamental plant. It also has roots on the nodes. In the betel plants also, there are roots here and there. And because of these roots, any twig can develop into new plant. Now this photograph is that of a cycas plant, a gymnosperm. In rainy season, on a mature cycas plant, many bulbils grow on the stem, and from these bulbils, new leaves appear. People generally pluck these bulbils and implant them in the earthen pot or in soil. Because of asexual reproduction, only one sex can develop as their daughter. In my city, Bhagalpur, most of the cycas plants are females, and a male plant is available in the University Department of Botany. Now come to a wild plant. It is a climber. Dioscorea, agave, and many other genera are there. In these plants, the axillary buds form bulbil, large potato-like structures in which the nodes are there, and each node has many buds. When they fall on ground, new plants are regenerated. This photograph, it is a sweet potato. It is underground modification of root, that is called root tuber. But it also can grow by budding, and new generation of plants are produced from the buds. There are many underground modifications like rhizome in ginger and turmeric, corn in colocasia, banana, canna plants, and many other plants, and the tubers of potato. They all have axillary buds for vegetative propagation or asexual reproduction. In Bryophyllum, the buds grow from the leaf margin, and many new plants develop from the margin of leaves. So these leaves are called reproductive leaves. Now come to animal kingdom. Only the lower animals, the sponges, hydra, ovelia, and sea anemone, can asexually reproduce by budding. They also have power of regeneration. This power of regeneration is very high in sponges, in which if the cells are all dislocated, they can rearrange themselves to form a sponge of own species. But in hydra, only the transverse section can regenerate. In animal kingdom, with evolution of the organism, asexual reproduction is replaced by the sexual method of reproduction. In freshwater sponges, such as in Spongilla, the archaeocytes form gemmules, When the pond dries up, the animal dies, but the gemmules formed in their middle layer, that is mesenchyme, survive, and in next favorable condition they germinate to form new sponge. In this photograph, you can see hydra has two buds growing from the foot region. The mother animal is on the main axis. It is seen that in 1 month of rainy season, 4 to 5 buds are formed, and in 3 to 4 months of rainy season, more than 150 daughter hydra can form just by budding. This photograph is that of Ovelia colony. It is a polymorphic colony. See different type of structures: the nutritive gastrozooid and the reproductive gonozooid developed by budding. Among higher animals, some polychaetes can regenerate. In Nereis, in the 13th segment, a tail is formed, and in 14th segment, a head is formed, and sometimes chain of Mary Nereis can be formed by this way. In some other cases, the anterior part acts as reproductive part, sexually reproducing part called autoke, whereas the posterior part forms asexual daughters Nereis or heteronereis. It is called epitoke. So it is all about the asexual reproduction in the plants and animals. Thank you very much.